ultimately you want to be yourself and be your best self. And really the basics you were supposedly raised with, hopefully treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yes.
Even when it's not going so well.
Exactly.
I know I feel better and I function better if I'm truly being true to myself and not taking myself outside of what's comfortable for me.
Right.
But you know what I've noticed in the workplace, the people who, I don't want to say dummy down, but the people who play dumb.
That's a good description.
Okay.
And when they play dumb in the workplace, they get further ahead.
It always
They
seems
get
that
more
way.
perks.
It appears
Yes.
that way.
It
appears that way. Yeah.
It always appears that way.
But I think in the long run, that's not the case.
And it's not all cases either. Yeah.
It's too many to name.
Yeah. Again, we were raised to do our best, and like Renee said, we have to be true to who we are and do our best regardless, because we feel better and function better inside.
That's right.
You know, you bring additional stress on yourself trying to be someone that you're not.
Exactly.
So we don't want to do that, and we're not teaching our students to do that.
No.
So
That's right.
No.
you know, again,
We're trying to make the world a better place.
yes, exactly.
Oh, and don't ask too many questions. The boss does. The boss will say all the time, "Oh, ask me any questions that you have."
So you have
When
one.
you start asking questions, then they say like, there must be something wrong with this person.
Now you don't know how to do your
Now you
job.
don't know how
with
to
too
do
many
your
questions.
job. Too many questions.
But you know, again, it's just like we teach our students. You know, if you can't get an answer from one person, you have to find someone else to get the answer from.
Yeah.
You
Right.
have to learn to be resourceful. You cannot just rely on one person.
Exactly.
And I always tell my kids, you know what, if I can't explain it correctly, you better get with your neighbor, get with somebody down the street,
Right.
go to the library, you know, because we don't always connect and understand.
Yeah.
Right.
But we can't use that as an excuse not to do what it is we're supposed
Exactly.
to do. You know?
And whatever you do, don't say to the boss what's on your mind. I've learned that lesson the hard way.
Well, it depends on what you say, Daddy. What are you saying?
Well, you know, when we all worked in the same building and we had a difficult boss, and there were just some things that were said. I'm not ashamed of what I said because it was true, but in reflection, it could have been handled differently.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And see, that's what it's about.
It could have been handled differently.
So have you done that, whatever it is you did or said, since from that point
Well,
on?
I called
That's going to be edited.
Why?
Even if it's the truth.
We're not trying to break the YouTube rules before we get on
Right.
YouTube.
And again, you know,
Yes.
just again, we can think a lot of things, but we have to learn to put them in their place.
perspective.
Yeah, there's a time
Yes.
that people need to be checked. It's like you need to be checked. But again, even in doing that,
You have to do it.
there are parameters. We have boundaries
And you
and
have to stay
everything.
within the etiquette of where you are. If it's
Yeah.
your job, you have to remember that you are a professional, you are an adult, and you have to handle yourself accordingly.
See, Renee and Tanya, as you can tell, handled this part much better than I.
You handle it pretty well.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Overall.
Overall,
All right.
You have your moments.
I do.
We all have our moments.
All right.
Yes.
Well, hopefully we've helped you. Again, we're just sharing our lives with you. These
Right.
are things that work for us as Hall siblings in our relationships with each other, our
Right.
relationships at work, with other family members. And we hope that some of these things will help you in your relationships.
And let us know what you think. We'd love to hear some of your suggestions and tips
Absolutely.
for improving the world and making it a better place on the job
Absolutely.
and otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes. And we look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great evening
And we'll see you next time
in the hallway.
You never get this ending
I
right.
know.
One more time. We'll see you next time
In the hallway.